Here we go. Let's see if this thing shows up. Haha! I think I have audio now. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. So, I did not know that I was muted. And as a result of that, some people might have been watching my stream and being like, "What the hell, Erica? You're muted." So thank you. Thank you for letting me know I was muted. I was talking for 10 minutes, and because I don't have the stream on and chat on at the same time, I could not hear it until after I gave my whole spiel. So I wanted to tell you guys that this is a dance that I wanted to freaking hold on. Okay, this person is over here. This is a dance that I wanted to learn. And one of the songs that I really like is Carlos Santana and Ron Thomas's "Smooth." It's a pretty old song. I think it came out 2000s or so, quite some time ago. But it's such a sexy song. And when I had the urge to listen to it, I decided to look up some dance covers, and I thought this was such a sexy dance, and I wanted to show it to you guys. And I also want to point out to, like, for people who see other people dancing, it isn't so easy to do, in the sense that it's not just you marking the moves. You also have to feel comfortable doing it. And I say this as a person who has taken dance classes. I'm pretty comfortable with ballet. I took ballet for about 10 years. I took it from the time I was 3 years old to the time I was 13 years old. I went on point shoes. I'm pretty damn comfortable dancing ballet. But I will be honest, like, I noticed that how I move now is significantly different than how I was before, because before I was doing ballet for about 5 times a week. So about 6 hours a week, just dancing. And yeah, I stopped dancing ballet because the schedule got to be a little too much, especially during around holiday season. The place where I went to had this thing called the Nutcracker, and every weekend I had to, we had not dance rehearsals, but dance performances as well, and I wanted to focus on high school. Now, there was this person that was in the same class as me, and she was amazing. She was amazing. I mean, like, versus me, it's like I was mediocre. And I can say this very confidently. Like, I don't think I was that great of a dancer. I wasn't bad, but I was not going to be a superstar, and I knew that. Now, this chick was really good. She actually is in Broadway now. Like, I was like, whoa. But I'm surprised, but not surprised at the same time, because she was really good. And she's younger than me, too. So don't think that if you've been doing ballet, right, even if you work at it, you're going to be really, really good. I feel like people plateau at some certain time. And you would think after doing ballet so regularly, I would have been really good. But I was I don't want to say, I just couldn't spin. So one thing about ballet is you got to be able to do a pirouette. This is the one. Let me show you guys this really quick. Pirouette. I suck at pirouettes. I can only do like one or two spins. So it's like, this is like the pinnacle of being a ballerina. You remember this one? So I'm so bad at this that it's like, despite me doing hundreds and hundreds of spins, I just couldn't spin. And because I couldn't spin, I knew that was really like, Erica, you can never be a really good ballerina, because I just couldn't spin. And that was my physical little limitation over here. Not everybody who does ballet for an extended period of time will be a top tier ballerina. And yeah, like I said, I don't say this as being a negative person. I really couldn't spin very well. And yeah, some people have it, some people don't. The people who are really good at spinning, like if they can do multiple spins. I knew this one person who was at the place that I danced at. I mean, this guy freaking spun like a top. Like, he could probably do like 8 spins at a time so freaking easily. And he joined a dance company. And I was not surprised. I was like, of course he's going to join a dance company. One of those like state level dance companies or something. And I was like, yeah, this guy is a superstar. And sure enough, he's, last time I checked, he's still doing ballet. So With that in mind, right, I've always had like this affinity for dance, even though I'm not the greatest at it. Frick, my dance classes were kind of like, it added up. I forgot how much it cost. I think it was like $330 a month, um, or so. So it wasn't the cheapest hobby. And I remember when I got out of it, I was like, yeah, I got some exercise, I learned some things, but at the end of it, yeah, I was never going to be a top tier ballerina. And yeah, I stick with that story. Very, very few people who come out of a dance school or so, even one of the more recognized ones, they don't make it as a professional ballerina. Out of, I would say, out of maybe about 200 people, you can expect about 4 people actually doing this professionally or less. And when I talk about professionally, I'm saying they either open their own dance school or they join a ballet company, one of the wider ones, or maybe they do this professionally, like a Broadway show. So, I wanted to show you guys I wanted to show you guys this. It's a short clip, but I wanted to also let you know, like when I see people dancing, right, what do I notice as well? So the person that you're going to see first is this, the person who has this YouTube channel. So she is the person who choreographed it, and she looks incredible. Her body is the kind of body that I find to be aesthetic. I know sometimes like you guys might be wondering like, oh Erica, you're working out. What kind of body do you like? I tend to like a dancer's body, long, lean, toned. So first of all, let's pause it for a second. You can tell her arms are nice, long, and lean. So are her legs. I don't know how tall she is, but you can see that the heels make her legs look elongated too. And I'm gonna stop talking over here so you guys can enjoy it. So that was a great thing. I do want to point this thing out. Now, dancing is not just about being able to do the moves, because you have to feel the moves, okay? If you are, and this is one of the reasons why I sucked at hip hop, because when I took a hip hop class, it was because I was so insecure with myself, and I thought, man, I want to really learn hip hop, but because I was so unconfident, I sucked taking a hip hop class. You would think, taking all these years in ballet, me going into hip hop would be super easy. No. If you don't feel confident doing the steps, it shows really quickly. And when they do the group thing, I'll point out what I mean. So this is going to be 2 people dancing. This part over here. So you got Jane, right? So you can see she's long and lean, and then you see Oya. Oya looks like she has a little bit more weight to her. She looks like she has less muscle definition. Now I want you to compare how Jane moves versus Oya. Jane moves very, she looks, just even based on this freeze frame, she looks very confident, right? Oya looks a little bit more reserved. And it shows also in the movements. See, so when Oya moves, you can feel like there's a little bit of apprehension. There's a little bit of discomfort. She's not giving it her all like Jane. I think the word I'm looking for is stiff. Jane looks great. She looks very energetic and playful. Oya, stiff. So let's see over here. We got Olga, Dasha, Yaya, and Oya. So if you look at Dasha, you see Dasha, she's second from the left. I noticed that she wasn't moving so great. And the problem with the group setting like this is that if you have a bunch of people dancing and it's going to be very clear who's the strong dancer and who's the weak dancer. See, there's not enough. See, she looks stiff. Did you see that hip roll? I think that's called a hip roll. Hip roll. See that? Hesitation with the leg. So let's watch that again. So if you look also, you can look at the girl at the far right, Olga. Look at how she moves. See, even when she does her first step, you can see that there's apprehension. Now, I don't know how close she is to the wall, but her face looks a little stiff. She moves very like a field mouse. I don't feel sexiness from Olga on the side. You know, the far left, the one with the rose on her. Like what kind of hip thing is that? See that? You cannot, with this kind of stuff, you cannot just mark the steps. It's not just remembering, okay, put arm up here, turn right now. You really have to feel the music. And if you do not feel the music, it really shows in a song like this. That wasn't bad. Do you see that? It was just very lackluster. Let's see, NB. Let's look at NB. Was that the one that I pointed out? NB. Okay, NB is all the way on the right. Let me look at her. That was a stumble there. I don't know how close these women are together. It's hard for me to gauge. Not bad. That was good. Could be she could have done that a little more, but yeah. See, you can tell that she, Ambi looks way more comfortable than Chick on the far left. Olga. See Olga? Compare Ambi to Olga. You'll see it's like they're on opposites. Truly, opposites end. Let's look at Olga yet again. See, there's no energy. No energy. Lazy hip roll. No attitude. See, that's just like, if you don't put energy in that with that kind of song, it has the opposite effect. So the difference between this kind of thing and ballet, this is just my opinion though. Like for ballet, there's a lot of already pre-done moves. So ballet, for the moves that typically, right? Like they'll say like do, you know, or do, glissade, glissade, jeté, jeté, that kind of stuff. And it's just like, what to do because you've done those moves like hundreds and hundreds of times before, except for me, I suck at the pirouette. But um, for that, it's not like freestyle, right? You have like certain moves that you do, and it's like doing karate. Karate, you have like, okay, work on this, work on this, work on this. It's not like you have creative sort of freestyle. So for this kind of thing, there's no real move that you could just say, okay, well, for all hip hop, it's just this and this and this. There's just so much creativity, and you got to also be very comfortable in how you move. It's not just move your legs or move your arms a little. It's like muscle isolation or so, or just making sure that every muscle moves very fluidly versus you just making like a leap to the left, a leap to the right, jump up and down kind of thing. It's not like, oh, I can't remember ballet terms for the life of me because that's been so long, but there's like, well, what's that? I forgot the name of it. Let's look at this. Ballet moves name. Like if I hear about it, I'll know what it is, but I can't remember off the top of my freaking head some of these ones. Sison? I think one's Sison. There you got arabesque. Yeah, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I think it's called Sison. Sison. Yeah, I was right. Sison jump. No, wait. Wait, what was the other one? Oh, for frick's sake. Someone's listening to this and like, Erica, you forgot this thing? No, it's There's another one. Oh, I can't remember it for the life of me. Frick. I feel, yeah. See, oh, is this sauté? Yes, it was sauté. Yes, this one. Yes. This is what I was talking about. Oh, I messed it up. But yeah, so ballet, you have like the same kind of moves, and then they just put it in different orders, basically. But different dancing styles, like a hip hop or like some kind of freestyle, not so much. You gotta like, yeah. But so I want to learn how to do this, and I want to be able to do it well. Now I'm a little, as you saw, right? You have like only a few people in this class that look really good. Some of them, most of them are kind of mediocre or subpar, and that's how dance classes are. Unless you have like everybody who is like on the top tier level, so they got weeded out. For instance, right, a person who's in a ballet company, and they're a professional dancer, and they're getting paid to dance. Those people are considered top tier, not the people who pay to dance. There's a difference between paying to dance versus being paid to dance. If you are being paid to dance and you're in a group with other people who are being paid to dance, all those people are going to be really good. But again, if you are paying to dance, then expect there to be people who are subpar, mediocre, and then you might have a few people who are really good. So I was in the latter, obviously. And that's why I just, I recognized it, and I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to do this professionally. And you know what? That's okay. It's just like everybody who does martial arts. Not everyone's going to be like one master level sort of thing. Very, very, very few people are really stand out from a crowd in that level. And then there's also very little people who have that kind of talent where people are thinking like that person dances really well. It's not just practice. And again, I say this as a person who's seen people, who's danced with other people, seen some superstar people, and also seen people who started right around the same time I did, and they freaking sucked. And the sad thing is like sometimes you would see people suck, and then they would say like they would know that they're the weakest link, and then they would give up. Um, And yeah, but the other thing too is like in the back of my mind, I always thought like, yeah, these people just don't have it. And when I felt like I didn't have it either, it's like I thought like, man, this is a hobby for me, but I just didn't really see a point to continue because I didn't want to be kind of like the mediocre one. It's like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm paying to be here every single month, but I don't see a future for me in ballet. And I still, even when I look back, I still think like even at my best, I definitely wasn't good enough. But the people who I did notice, like, man, they're really good. Those people are all in professional dance companies. They're being paid to dance. When was the last time I did actual ballet? I did it in college too. I did it in college, and sometimes when people see me, like I was told this like even last year. Sometimes like people see me and they see how I move, and they say, "Did you take ballet?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said they can tell by the way I move or the way I guess, yeah, just like certain cues or something. I don't know what it is specifically, but I based on how I move, people kind of sense like, yes, I must have taken ballet or something. I don't know if it's because of how I bend or something. Who knows? But yeah, I was like, dang, it was so ingrained in me. So it was a really great experience for me. But one of the things that I will be very frank about, if anybody wants to have let's say, their kid go into ballet, one of the most psychologically damaging thing about being in ballet is when you partner. And the reason why I talk about partnering is this. Look, let me show this. Ballet. So when I was I had like a little bit of partnering, not very much at all. But see this, like a guy, if you want a partner, the guy has to be strong. He has to be able to lift you up. And when I was in ballet, I was only about 105 pounds. So let's see, I was 15 pounds lighter than I am now, believe it or not. If you guys ever see a picture of me back in the day, you'd be like, holy shit, Erica, you're like a toothpick. You're just like straight down, like super skinny. And I remember like I used to be pretty insecure about my weight, and nobody picked up on this, or nobody knew this, because it's like you don't really see me eat too often. And I remember when I was partnering, like the guys who I was partnered with, they were freaking toothpicks. Like I really think looking back that I could have been heavier than some of these guys. Like some of them, like there was this one guy, he was so freaking skinny. I think he's like probably like the male version of me. So imagine a guy who's skinnier than me. I really think the guy was skinnier than me, how I skinny I am now. Trying to like kind of lift a person like me, like something like this, right? If you are not fit, even if the girl is skinny like this, you are gonna be like grunting. So I thought to myself, like, man, I must be really freaking heavy because this guy is struggling. And it was so stupid of me because I should have thought, like, man, Erica, it's not you, it's really the freaking guy. And then also, right, it's like I would see them work with other women, but the women are significantly smaller than me. They're smaller in stature, they're skinnier, and yeah, I remember like some people in my class, they would tell me like they were in the double digits weight. And I was like, double digits? Like I could not get under 105 pounds. Now, nobody told me to lose weight, but it's one of those things where like, yeah, if you're skinnier, then you're easier to lift. You feel like you're how would I say it? Like if you're around everybody in leotards, like it really stands out if someone's a little chunkier. And yeah, so I think ballet is a good thing to do, but in my opinion, I would say it can be damaging depending on how depending on partnering, or depending on how people, like maybe of teenagers growing up and they see other people and they're like, dang, everybody's so skinny, and I was like, I was skinny too, but I just felt like I wasn't skinny enough, which is really flawed. So yeah, so I don't want to say like I didn't eat very much. I'll tell you that straight up. But yeah, I was very mindful about my weight, and but I had no, I knew I couldn't lose any more weight. Nobody told me to lose weight, in case you're wondering. It's just that can be pretty psychologically damaging hearing God go, you know, that kind of stuff, and he's just like lifting you, like as if he's sounding like he's lifting a huge weight, and he can't wait to put you down. It's like, so yeah, like guys really should be strong. If you are a guy and you're in ballet, I would recommend, you know, like lift weights. You know, don't be cognizant. Like if you struggle carrying a chick who's like 105 pounds or so, like you need to bulk up, because yeah, it's so yeah. Some guys you can see them, right? They obviously have muscle toned in them. They look healthy weight. Um, I don't know how it is to how these guys are, but I'm pretty damn sure these guys look like they're capable of lifting 100-pound chick, and not thinking like, holy crap, this is a huge freaking weight. So yeah. I don't think that's considered BD, body D. I think that would be considered. I don't know. I wouldn't call it that. It would just be called being very aware. And like I wish, and this is just me, like I kind of wonder like if I never ever, like I very rarely did partnering. Let's be honest, I was one of the heavier chicks. One of the heavier chicks at 105 pounds. And again, the guys were like toothpicks. Seriously, they're toothpicks. I can look back 18 years later and say, yeah, these guys were really toothpicks, Erica. So yeah, yeah, if you're a lighter chick, then chances are, right, it's more pleasant for the guy to lift the younger chick as well. So no, male ballet dancers, no, there's nothing wrong with male ballet dancers. In fact, I think male ballet dancers, it you're encouraged, and I can't say this because I don't know what my dance teacher said or anything, if they gave any guidance to the males, but for male ballet dancers, in my opinion, it's very important for them to lift weights. It's very important for them to bulk up and get fit, because if you're partnering and stuff, you gotta make sure, right? You gotta make sure you got that strength to lift. And yeah, so, but then also if you're a male ballet dancer, you gotta also be able to do spins too. So it's kind of like being a female, but yeah, usually male. Oh my God, let me show you guys this one. So I knew a guy who could do like crazy freaking pirouettes. Let me show you guys this, okay? I can only do like one, okay? I suck at pirouette. Try as I might, hundreds of pirouette later, I just couldn't get it. But if you can do like a pirouette like this, like I knew a guy who could do easy 810, he was like a top. You get into a dance company. Let's see, look, is this a pirouette? Okay, what? See how this guy just spins? That's a freaking skill. Not everybody can do this, okay? It looks super easy, but it's not that easy. Oh, look at this. Mesmerizing male pirouettes. So I'm assuming these guys are all in dance companies. Sponsor of this year's HDTV Smart Home. This home captures the coastal cool vibes that come with living seaside. I can't do that. This is the male thing. Look at that. Is that guy barefoot? Holy crap. Oh no, he's not barefoot. Love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. This is so this is a male spin. I don't know the name of it. See that guy? I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet too. Although my heart is falling too. You have to spot. That's how you don't get dizzy. So yeah. Oh, it's just crazy. Yeah. It looks easy, but again, you can do this for 10 years and still not be able to pirouette. And yeah, it's just one of those little confession kind of things. So if you guys have any kids, or let's say someone, let's say you have like a niece or a nephew who says like, oh, I want to be a ballerina, I want to be able to do pirouettes. Um, like, don't, you encourage them to try their best, but do tell them that, if they can't do a pirouette very well, even if they keep trying, like, that's okay. Not everybody is going to be like a top tier um, level in karate. Same thing with ballet. So I highly doubt anybody here takes ballet, but if you are taking ballet and you realize like your pirouettes suck, then no, it's okay. It's completely okay. And it doesn't mean that you didn't try hard enough. It's just for whatever reason. You just don't have that balance or so. So yeah, you gotta you're it you all it's all about posture too. So I mean, like, I don't know what the hell it was about me, but yeah. But you can see their freaking core. You see that core? See how straight they are? Look at that. Holy shit. So yeah, I know a guy who could do two of these things and just spin like 8 times. So you see how he sticks his leg out, like he does 2 spins or so, and then he does a whole bunch of pirouettes. See, he does like 2 of these, and then his leg goes in, he just spins. So freaking, so amazing. So amazing. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. And yeah, I hope that maybe if you guys do decide to dance, try something else, you're not too hard on yourself, because it's important to try, but it's also important to realize like, hey, if you fall a little short, that's okay. If you can, let's say, do leaps great, and you can do jumps great, and you're very flexible, but you just can't pirouette, that's okay. Like, not everybody is perfect, kind of thing. And when I walked away from ballet, I think my family was kind of surprised. You're like, dang, she just walked away with it. But I think mentally, it's like I knew. I was like, yeah, I'm 13 years old. I've been doing this for a bunch of times. I don't feel like I'm getting better. And yeah, I didn't feel like I was getting better. And I had stayed like, so basically the place that I went to, they had like 5 different levels, 6 different levels technically. So they had 6 different levels. The sixth level was like the top tier level, and I was on the level 5 level when I stopped dancing. And I remember thinking to myself like, crap, I don't think I have what it takes to be a top tier ballet dancer. And when I made that realization, right, I had already been in the level 5 for about 2 years, and I thought to myself like, yeah, Erica, you don't have what it takes. You do this 6 hours a week, every week. Just cut your losses. And yeah, so um, and I'm sure a lot of people who used to do that, right? Some of the people that I knew who were really freaking good, really great, they got out of ballet. I don't know why they got out of ballet. Maybe, and I thought they were just great, great, great dancers, but for whatever reason, maybe they tried to go into a dance company and they just couldn't get in. And then they're like, okay, well, what do you do here? You spent all this time going into a ballet class. You try to do this professionally. You can't do it professionally. And then you kind of like you lose hope, because one thing about ballet is that there are so many people who can be very, very gifted dancers. And I really think it's something like maybe 4 out of 200 people, maybe less, maybe 2 out of 200 people that tend to be really good. But if I imagine, like, if you're dealing with, let's say, a dance company, or one of the ones where they pay you to dance, they're very high standards, and they can be very selective because there's a load of dancers who are really top tier on the nation. Yeah. So yeah. I will talk to you guys later. I'm supposed to freaking give something to someone, but I don't know where the hell they are. And I gotta pick up freaking toilet paper. So yeah. I hope that whatever you guys decide to do, or whatever you guys are working on yourself, like, I hope you guys are working on something yourself, not just listening to my streams and hear me talk about all this whole thing about self-improvement, and you're not improving yourself too. But I hope that you keep at it, and I hope you're not too tough on yourself. I know sometimes it can seem like I'm kind of tough on myself, but um, it's like, at the end of the day, like, I'm always moving forward, and I try, I try. Like, it's not like I think like I'm a failure at things. I think I'm like a work in progress. And yeah, anonymous individual says you can stream ballet practice sometime, perhaps. I like ballet, but I can tell you this: like, even though I can still do the moves, maybe not as good as I used to do. I mean, like, it's not gonna be piss poor either, but it's like, when I move my leg, I can distinctively tell, like, I have extra weight on me. And that's one of the things I think, like, some people might think, like, oh, Erica, it sounds like you have you have a eating thing. But it's not that. It's like, I know how I used to feel, like, maybe jumping from left to right. And if I jump from left and right and I feel a little jiggle, then I'm like, oh, damn it, Erica, you have like extra weight on you. Because that jiggle used to not be there anymore. So when I used to be on the keto diet, I felt more toned. I felt less carby. And that's why I enjoyed the keto. But unfortunately, keto rash happened, and yeah, I'm carbing up, but I know I've been eating a load of cookies.
Mostly the cookies.
But yeah, my rash is still here. It's getting better. I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to eat all these carbs. Like, now I'm thinking, like, oh, I gotta eat rice, gotta eat this, because I have to think about it. Like, what would I rather have, right? Would I rather be on keto and then feel more tones, or would I rather have to deal with this freaking itchiness that just controls my life? I rather have the extra carbs on me. And um, before, when I was more active, I ate carbs, but I can be very clear and be very transparent. I was severely under eating. I did not get my calorie intake as I should have gotten. And there were a lot of times where I was just skipping out. I wasn't eating much for breakfast, and then or I was skipping lunch because I thought, like, yeah, I need to be lighter. And yeah, it was flawed. Like, I look back at it and I'm like, frick, Erica, you're so skinny. You were so skinny. You were so straight. um, yeah, I just look like a toothpick. Not saying, like, if you saw me, you wouldn't, like, nobody would think that I was like, you know what? But I was very mindful about what I ate, and yeah, I looked at, like, freaking calories too. I was like counting the calories, and so now I don't do that anymore. I eat cookies. I ate carrots and hummus today, and pita chips and cookies and green tea. And what else did I eat? I'm gonna eat some artichoke. I ate a banana. Um, what else? Oh, I ate this little vegetable wrap thing. That was pretty good. But yeah. Oh yeah, I freaking love cookies. Cookies are amazing, you guys. That's the only upside of one of the few upsides about getting off of keto. I look at the cookie and I'm like, cookie, I need you in my life again. I need to get my carb intake until this stupid rash goes away, and then I get more of my life back. But yeah, the itchiness is getting less and less. So, but it took a load of cookies and a load of carbs and a lot of rice noodles. And when this thing goes away, though, right, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I can cut down my carb intake again because I'm healing. But at the moment, I'm just like, hey, pita chips, oh, you got carbs? I'm gonna eat you. Hummus, you have carbs? I'm gonna eat you too. Yeah, just a banana. You're a high carb fruit. I'll eat you too. So, yeah. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna get going. See ya.